All right, guys. I really hate making this video, but I think I need to rush this to help a lot of people who are really stuck in this unfortunate situation. So let's get to it. A database containing personal information of over 270,000 Ledger customers, so this is with the Ledger hardware wallet, has been released today to public. All right, so this is actually pretty disastrous, and a lot of people were concerned. In fact, when I saw this news, I was like kind of shocked at first, then filled with confusion, anger, fear, I would say. And it was a very unpleasant day just looking at this. So, we're going to give you a rundown. Like, I'll give you a rundown of what I have done so far and also what not to do. This is actually very important because I think, like, initially I wanted to know as much as I want about this, but I held myself back because it's actually very easy at this current point, if you don't know what you're doing, to get yourself screwed even further. So, which is what's the point of this video. Like, we'll talk about this event in a lot of detail. I'll have some tips that I've been following myself, but also leave a comment down below if you have any other security tips, because at this current point, yeah, this just sucks. Okay, let's go down to the information. So what was revealed? So we have, this is kind of the information of the hack. So 270,000 customers have their emails, their name, their full address, your shipping address for the ledger, okay, and their home phone number has been revealed. Also, another 1 million emails have been leaked. All right, so this is actually, I think the biggest and scariest part is the home address for a lot of people. This, I think, is just one of the worst things to have happened. It's pretty horrific. That being said, though, I would want to say, all right, that this leak actually happened around half a year ago. This is not something that just happened recently, but rather this was through a hack that happened in July. But why this is becoming such a big issue today is because that information that was previously kind of hidden between hacker groups, but now it's completely public. All right, so this has been circulating in a public forum, and in fact, a lot of people who are concerned, they actually managed to access that list and find their own information on it. So that just scares and creeps the hell out of people, right? Like, they search their own name and their home address pops right out in front of them. That's not cool at all. So yeah, this is just super BS. So anyway, so this has been, so I guess the biggest take home, I guess, from that is that this has been circulating for a while. So I guess if damage could arrive, it could have arrived a lot sooner than this. But anyways, let's go down and talk about some stuff that you should absolutely not do at this current point. So number one thing not to do is do not click on links. All right, so I'll give you an example there. This is an email that was sent to Peter McCormack, and it looks really official. This is like, it seems like a Ledger email from Ledger. Oh, check out December 4th security update information, important information about theft of customer data. It looks official, right? And it has a link at the end that tries to tell you, look, what you should do now is to click this link and download the latest version of Ledger Live. Do not do this right now. Like, okay, so this is clearly a fake email, right? So even though it looks very legit, even though it's like puts like the Ledger CEO and everything on it, this is a fake email. Right? Because your email information was leaked, any hacker can design an email that looks very official and will contain links for you to open. Do not open or download any of these links. All right, this is absolutely key, because at this current point, I just want to stress this. I'll just make sure the hack doesn't relate to anything with crypto, okay? Your crypto wallet, your ledger, your crypto is super safe. Even though, like, in this email, it falsely says, oh, we assume that your cryptocurrency assets could be compromised and you should be scared for your crypto is absolutely safe, right? It's as safe as it ever was. But the issue here is your home address and your email. So something like this, so once your email gets leaked, people create these fake emails and get you in deeper trouble. So do not click on any links at this current point. Anything circulating around Telegram, I know a lot of people, they just try to share stuff to try to help other people. I've seen people try to share a paste bin version of the leaked text messages out there. Honestly, if you click on those files and you try to figure out things for yourself, there's very high chance that could contain viruses, right? Even if the people send it in good spirits and share in good spirits, I've seen there's a potential for some serious damage to be done if you start clicking random links. That will get you in a lot of trouble. So but the key here is to stay calm and to understand what you're doing. There's no need to be fearful or panic right now because honestly, this hack happened a long time ago. The information was already circulating on the dark web, just that right now this has become public. So that's kind of a lot more problematic, but at the same time, you know, there's no need to panic. All right. Next up, I do have this link to share. I know, this link is called haveibeenpwned.com. This is a website that's been around for a long time. But at haveibeenpwned.com, I can even Google this up and check this out. This website's been around since 2013, and it's a way to verify if you have been pwned or not. All right. So you can go and check your email address. You can enter your email address. I'll leave a link down below. And this is the one that's legit. Now, haveibeenpwned.com will tell you if you have been affected by this hack or not. So this includes both people who have addresses leaked and also emails leaked. Okay, so this doesn't tell you this haveibeenpwned.com does not clarify which leak you were affected by. Now, I've seen other websites that popped up and they try to fill in that gap. Like I think this one has by ledger.com. Look, I wouldn't click on that link either. All right, because new websites that pop up, you don't know if the person will be gathering your data or not. So one of the reasons why I wouldn't click on that and enter my email in is if I use another website, enter my email in, they could either be tracking my IP, so they know where and what my IP address is, and also they can track my email too. And you never know if that information could also be sold online, right? So this is where paranoia really comes in, and you should avoid clicking on anything that you don't know or doesn't have reputation in the real world. So just make sure that is true. Now, in terms of Ledger, okay, so I read this. In terms of Ledger, what they're going to do is they're going to send emails out to the 270,000 people who are affected. This is just OPS, but they're going to send you information and notify that to you. Now, this is actually quite also BS too if you just read this sentence. So it says, after we are made aware of the dump on December 20th, it became clear that a larger subset of the initial 9,500 customers had their personal data exposed. So initially when this got on the news of the July hack, they thought that the hack only affected 9,500 people. But it turns out to be the case that it's not 9,500, but 270,000 people. Holy crap. Like, this is just I cannot describe how angry I feel about this. Like, why was this information not better secure? Why wasn't it deleted and wiped from their database? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, more about the anger side in later. But at this current point, Ledger will notify you. So, I mean, check, have I been pwned? And if that has affected you, if you are worried that your personal home address has been breached, please make sure that you don't overreact and click random links at this current point. All right, next part comes a part that's even harder to talk about. This is just like absolutely scary, but apparently some people have been receiving these threats via email. All right. And this is where I don't even know how to react to this, but I'll just point out a few things. Like, this is a responsibility for law enforcement. If threats are happening to you, please do report that to the relevant authorities. Unfortunately, what happens in this email is because the hacker knows the home address, they'll type the home address to you and it looks scary AF. But I do want to say that it could be possible that if like some people who get scared and pay this address, it's going to be even worse because now they'll know who you are and that you're willing to pay, and then they'll extort you even more. So this is something that definitely, if you receive, and luckily for me, I haven't received one of these yet, but I would say at this current point, like, do contact local law authorities, like law enforcement, to help you deal with your situation. That's complete BS. Check out the thread as well. I'll put a link down below. Now, I just want to just reiterate one last time, like, the crypto itself is not affected. Like, the ledger device itself is fully functioning. Like, it does protect you from hacks, and it does protect you from a lot of these problems. But the key here is that if you do accidentally install viruses onto your computer, they will try to kind of replace or substitute addresses out. So as a security tip, like, if you do need to send any secure cryptocurrencies at this current moment, either using a ledger or a Trezor, make sure you double check the address in full for whoever you're sending crypto to. And also some suggestions for security improvement. So just a few things out there. First and foremost, considering getting a VPN. I know I haven't. I should be posting down, like, these VPNs. There's two ones that I do actively use. One is Nord, and the other one is VPN.ac. The reason why you want to use a VPN right now or in the future, or whenever you browse the internet, is because it hides where you live. So the problem with a lot of websites is that they can find your IP, and the IP can be traced to the region where you live. So that's not a good piece of information to hack. So having that privacy is important. Also, of course, I know this just sounds very general, but make sure you have an antivirus, or at least make sure that your antivirus is turned on. So by default, if you're using Windows, you have your Windows Defender, which is part of Windows 10 right now. Make sure that's activated. Make sure you scan for viruses at this current point. The other one to do is to make sure that your exchange accounts, so any exchange accounts that you use, whether it's Binance or FTX, make sure you're using two-factor authentication. So one of the reasons why is now because hackers get access to your email as well. They might want to try to break into your email, or even worse, they might try to execute a SIM hack. So this is when they go up to your phone company, pretend that it's you. They'll be able to provide people's addresses if that information has been leaked, and try to um, hack you from the SIM from your phone company, and claim to be they've lost a SIM. Though the sometimes stupid phone companies will just give them a SIM number, and then you're screwed, right? So at this point, if you guys haven't done so already, if you're using a cryptocurrency exchange, make sure you have the Google 2FA and not a SIM card 2FA right now. Yet again, don't do this in a panic. Make sure you're in a clear, safe environment. Make sure you write down the recovery phrases correctly. Make sure you put it on a phone that you're not going to lose. Like, it's getting yourself familiar with higher security, and this can be done over time. There's absolutely no urgency to do so, because a lot of time I feel like if you're urgent and you're in a rush scenario, we can do some wrong steps and it can screw you up, right? So very consciously, very clearly figure out how to just improve the security and follow those improved securities there. This also goes the same, not just with exchanges, but with your emails as well. Google has a security center. They have good instructions. Yet again, just do that. I also have another video coming up. This is something that I've done recently, which is with these really ugly things. This is called a YubiKey. And they don't cost a lot. They cost around $29. I'll put a full video review. I'll push that video out as soon as possible as well. But this also provides another layers of security to both your Google, Gmail, and Exchange accounts. So that means every time you need to make an exchange withdrawal, you need to physically press this little golden disc here. So even if hackers, they know your email, and then for some freakish manner they manage to find your password to, and maybe potentially breach your 2FA on your phone, they still have to physically get this key, which is literally impossible, right? So at this point, just be very careful. But no, at this point, I don't really know how to end this video. I feel like really angry and pissed off still, to be honest. Like, this sort of hack is just horrific. So anyways, leave some comments down below what you think and what you're feeling at this time. I spent a lot of today figuring out how to improve my security, and I just wanted to get this video as soon as possible to you guys. So anyways, that's pretty much it and what I want to cover. Leave comments down below, concerns down below. I'll see you guys in the next video.